Have you ever wanted to be great, build a legacy, or become rich? Today, we'll be looking at Moneyball, and why one character was able to become successful in an extraordinary way. For those who don't know, Moneyball is a film that tells the true story of Billy Beane, the general manager of the Oakland A's baseball team. Beane, along with his assistant Peter Brand, identifies undervalued players overlooked by other teams and assembles a competitive roster. Overall, Moneyball is a story of innovation, determination, and perseverance. Those three words are crucial. Innovation, determination, and perseverance. I believe those three words all come together to form success. But how are they used in everyday life, and when are they used in Moneyball? I think the best place to start is right away in the beginning of the film. Billy Beane realizes that the old system just won't work with the amount of money they have to spend on players. Other teams may just be able to buy the best of the best names, but the A's definitely can't. This is where innovation is forced. If they just get tons of players that are mediocre, then they'll win a few games here and there, but that would leave them with little to no upside, and most likely would continue to have no upside in the future. So instead, it's time to innovate. Although risky and can result in a lot worse things than just losing a few games, Billy decides to put his job and the other scouts' jobs at stake in an attempt to make a huge splash. This isn't done out of stupidity or carelessness. Although that is how it comes off to others, Billy's approach is tactful. Billy saw an opportunity. This opportunity, as we see, worked, and the team they built off of just purely data performed well and broke a record. This is all great, but how does innovation equal success, not just in this movie, but innovation as a whole in our lives? I first want to mention that innovation can be personal just as much as it can be with a business or of course a sports team. The definition of innovation is an effort to make a change. Change can be anything like waking up earlier, working out, or attacking a goal, dream, or desired career. Of course, in the movie Moneyball, we see innovation in how they build a successful team, but making positive changes slowly but surely in our lives will have the same benefits. Whether you want to be a billionaire, do what you love, or just lead a happier and healthier life, I believe that it all has to start with some innovation or change, just like in Moneyball. Moving on, I think the second most important key to success is determination. The only thing I see to be more important is the last point I'll make in this video, but we'll get to that in a little bit. I would define determination as continuing to move on and persevere through self-will when things aren't going to plan. The biggest difference between determination and perseverance, which we'll get to later, is that determination is up to an individual and perseverance is fighting through what others have to say. I think one thing to note is that it came off in Moneyball that Billy Beane didn't really have any problems with determination on the surface, but the pressure of letting his daughter down was enough to drive him mentally insane in certain parts of the film. I think that we can learn from this. Whether we are pursuing our dreams of changing the world or looking to become the next richest man alive, it is certain that our greatest enemy at times will be ourselves. The worst part is that we can't separate from ourselves. When we are thinking in a negative way, it can be especially difficult to block that thought out of our heads. I think this is, however, one of the greatest indicators that someone can be successful. Can you beat yourself? Not in a negative way, but can you think positive in the most negative situations? We see Billy not be able to handle it at points, but he still continues on with what he believes will work. Another factor in this could be that he had nothing to lose at this point and already went all in, but I think at any point, if need be, he could have just rebuilt with the mediocre players left on the market like everyone wanted him to do in the first place. But good for him to stay determined. Leading into my next key of success, and that's perseverance. Again, I think the main difference between determination and perseverance is that perseverance comes from fighting external factors, unlike determination, which we just covered, that comes from internal disbelief of an idea or goal that you want to achieve. In some cases, for some people, perseverance is the hardest skill to master, and for others, it's determination, I feel like. Perseverance is shown in Moneyball when everyone thought that Billy was crazy for trying the strategy he did. It mounted when they were regressing instead of progressing, and we see the strength and perseverance in Billy to not give up when everyone was against him. He had no support from the other scouts, had the head coach breathing down his neck, and no support from the GM in general. Yet, he sticks to his plan and what he believes in, and ends up, in the end, of course, succeeding. I think that we can learn from this in our own lives again. When everyone is counting us out of a goal or a career that we want to achieve, we have to have the perseverance and belief in ourselves to keep going. Likewise, when things get tough and we start to have doubt in our own goals, we need to have the determination to keep going. I think to summarize these 2 points is a whole decision to just never give up. If you work and work at something day after day, you are bound to achieve it. Then the only way not to is by giving up. So just keep working. Things may get difficult and times may get hard, but if you make the decision to never give up through perseverance and determination, you will accomplish your goal. I promise you that. Or you'll die trying. But then you'll be dead, so it doesn't matter. Anyways, let's get off the topic topic of death, and cover the most important part of the Moneyball success story. This will probably only be applicable to larger, more impactful goals, but still should be remembered for smaller goals. What secret key to success could I possibly be talking about? Well, it's not actually a key to success. We already discussed all those. It is more of what you need to do and how to carry yourself when you reach success. After the incredible success the A's had, Billy was rightfully credited for it. This led to the Boston Red Sox reaching out with an offer not many people would be able to refuse. With the chance of being able to run a team that would later win the World Series and the chance to become the highest paid GM, well, who could refuse? Billy Beane. But why? This may just come off as plain idiotic. Why would he not accept the rewards from doing something so risky and it working? Well, if Billy was to take the job, he'd be moving further away from his daughter. He'd also be abandoning the team that no one but him and a few others believed in. These non-monetary benefits outweighed the money and the future legacy offered. This decision is overall a perfect example of picking what matters at the end of the day, and is also a perfect reason of why I love this film. If you want to see another video of mine, watch this video about how AI will create loneliness through the movie Her.